Hello, and hope everyone's doing okay. Seems smooth already. I'm glad to hear. Also, I just realized I didn't uh, mute for the whole pre-game, but that's fine. The worst you heard me do was probably do a lot of cut and paste and drink some chai latte. Also, wishing my sister and my mother a happy Mother's Day. Hope everyone's doing well. We are starting off with hopefully finishing the Outer Wilds. So let's get into things. Happy Mother's Day. 60 stream streak. Goodness gracious. Since I do typically 2 streams a week, that would be 30 months. Wake up. Oh, it's all right. Well, if it's a streak, then you at least made up for it. Hey, Bahamut, baboons indeed. So, what I learned last time is I want to go to Ashtwin. Hopefully, we're going to try to beat this. Hey, Tail Noms. Hope you're doing all right. Unlike last time, yep, I've got no dropped frames, so hey, that's a bonus. Hey, Travis. Hope you're doing all right. Okay, so. Oh, no problem. Dinner is important. Nope, 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 nope. Please don't take my shit. Ah! I'm gonna have to learn to park at the poles. Yeah. So we gotta wait until this place gets a little less sandy. Um, of those three, I'd go for Panda Express because it's been a long time since I've had Panda Express. And I know their orange chicken is about as authentic Chinese as Taco Bell tacos. But it's tasty. Never had Panda Express? You know what, Seth? We're gonna look to see if there's one in between Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Way older than one would think. I mean, if I recall right, it's the it became very popular with the railroad construction. Hey, Gara, and hey, White Paws. After next Monday, you're quitting soda. Good for you and good luck. I probably should. I think I'm going to take it slow and do like diet first. I grew up with diet soda, so I don't mind it that much. I know some people are really... The soda is indeed getting really effing expensive. I will agree with that. Okay, so hey, you know what? Money, health, same difference. 3 minutes oxygen remaining. Jeez. I mean, to be fair, the reason I never started smoking was for money reasons rather than health reasons. Yeah, the zero sodas aren't too bad. Yeah. Yeah, understandable. Oh, there are a lot of smells that aren't good that smell great. "60 seconds of oxygen." Okay. Yeah, diesel smells pretty good. Um, Back when you could sit in the lounge area? Yeah. um... To me, the best smell of things you shouldn't smell is burning electronics. Um, smoke arsenic smoke. It terrible. You should not smell it. But just a little whiff of it, just like, that smells good. Okay, for some reason my controller is not... I think that's the smell that I like, and I know I should not breathe that in. Okay. Why is it? When I'm standing normally, all of my controls work. But as soon as I get into a rocket ship... Yeah, for some reason... Well, I can go this way. I can't go the other way for some reason. Well, see, what's weird is... when I'm on foot, everything's fine. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, like... Yeah. Okay. Now I should be far enough away from the storm. Okay. Long as you don't suck me up, I'll be happy. Good. Do, 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 do. Getting rid of all of the sand. Ooh, you got your DS charged. Nice. I mean, I know it's bad that I emulate, but it's less that I'm cheap and more that, like, I do not have enough room to hold all of this stuff. You revived your 3DS. Nice. Battery was getting a bit spicy. It was a bit of a pillow. Yeah. Why do I have a feeling Roz is definitely the one to laugh maniacally and say, "It's alive! It's alive!" Ah. I'm guessing Raph is perfectly happy to take the Igor road. Okay. Raph enjoys reminding us to back a ways before powering anything up. Yeah. Was revealed. Wait until the sand tornado makes its way around and unlocks the center. Yeah. Dead no my. Okay. Rather than teleporting me, it's just sucking me out. Walk to the room all in the center of the sandstorm. After doing so, lost your chest. Thank you. And a stretch. Okay. And hydrate. Fine. I'm sure water's better than milky tea. Stand in just the right spot and jump. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that stuff's really good. Let's reveal. Wait until the Sand Tornado makes its way around and walk into the room while in the center of the Sand Tornado. Am I cheating? Yes. Is it because I am dumb? Double yes. Alright. Bon appetit, Travis. You're right, I'm not dumb. If I was dumb, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. That's a English joke. Because technically, you cannot say the phrase, I am dumb, and it be true. You can write it down as much as you'd like. You can engage in, ASL. But you cannot say it. might as well get re-oxygenated, refueled. I mean, on the bright side, it is not a thing that people need to say all that often at the moment. At the moment. Then again, like, I see personal air canisters, being sold at Walgreens these days. Personal air canisters. Yeah. We are literally living in Spaceballs. Just slap Perrier on it. Yeah. And it made sense then because we were in the problem with smog, and then we learned what was causing smog, and then, and we learned what was causing the hole in the ozone layer, and we fixed it, and we did good, but it made rich people slightly less money, and we can't have that. Maybe it's you? Not quite. The hell am I? Absolutely. Nope, was definitely not sent to Candyland. So, yeah, speaking of Soviet realism, hey, does anyone want to know that Jackson Pollock was a CIA psyop? We could make a snowman. Well, we could make a Sandman, but then you'd have to fight Peter Parker. But yeah, a lot of it is because with interpretation, you can say something just means whatever. Ow. So you can't have, like, dissident art. Okay, we'll try it one more time. Not comment on the intersection of intelligence service, organized crimes, and the fine arts market. Oh, God. Hey, Simon. Yeah. The amount of money that's moved around using art, because it's a lot easier to smuggle around. Because essentially what you do is you have a painting, and really it's just a check. You say this painting's worth so much. Yeah. Okay. So I have to wait until after it goes. Spinny. "13 minutes, 0 seconds ago. Received data from previous cycles. Mass stating probe tracking module, Giants, deep memory, stat, Timber Hearth memory stats. 9 minutes until end of cycle transmission. Hooray. Nope, first time I've been here. Where you have a thing to note. Sure thing. They will finish the evacuation of Axe Twin, blah, 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 blah. Relocating subterranean. I have a feeling I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to be scanning. Last to be Forge. True, I've got it set to pause while reading, so... Powerful enough to send information back in time. How far we've come since our experiments at the High Energy Labs. Still can hardly believe Rami's hypothesis was true. Finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. Need to keep our eyes on significantly. We've altered the environment here. Poke just sent the warp core to the final tower for us to use the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant's Deep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft orbital probe cannon, where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Cores could have been forged faster if Kasova had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. Important parts are all connected through Ash Twin now. Also, I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Friends in Giant Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and the Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then anyone can goad a device into exploding. That too, it's likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. Yes. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon? Or is Mallow part of the problem? Flaws and Daz finished the memory statues today. They are truly remarkable. Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Interesting. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and it's at last complete. If everything goes as planned, the structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ash Twin project requires. Core is what keeps the loop going correctly, so yeah. I'm impressed by the mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task, in more ways than one. Nearly ready to activate Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. So we need to destroy the Sun Station. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. Hooray! We can end this cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Yeah. However, this is the closest we've ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station to generate power of magnitude, supernova is still our only viable option. It's easier expressed than accomplished. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope! Yay! Just make a supernova! You can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. Halting our research into creating a supernova. For this moment, a comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new. We're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge that might be gained from there. Oh boy. Artificial gravity control. I got a warp core. Yeah, the music is a little different. Oh. Well, remember we needed, I did. All right. Let's see. Yeah, the sun is not doing good. I might have started this too late in the cycle. Obviously the heat cycle. Ow! Two paths you want to... Oh. Oh. Well, that's one ending. Well, I stopped the cycle, so when I died, that there was nothing to cycle. Yes, totally the main ending. This is the canonical ending. Totally. What's funny is, this isn't the first time I got a game over in this game. Because I did die before seeing the statue. So, I gamed over at that point. Load previous save. Moving the core means you have limited time, needing to move fast. Okay. Gotta paint myself blue. Check. Blue. Creating a time paradox, huh? Does that mean I have to shoot Revolver Ocelot? Yeah, I mean, I won't say no to that. One ending with the elk once you nab the core. Okay. True. Okay. Oxygen refill. Spot a tree. Walk towards it. Enjoy. Oh, I didn't notice that I've got plants here too. Oh. I'm glad Game Me has a green thumb because I do not. Ugh. That said, I kinda want to get into some like basic hydroponics this year. I want to create an herb garden. And if I can get it set up so that like I don't have to remember to do stuff. You can give on hydroponics too? Nice. But yeah, largely I just want to grow stuff like garlic and, you know, rosemary. Dill would be great. Oh, God. If I could grow fresh dill, that would be nice. I mean, those are herbs. And yes, Gar is very cool. Basil grows wonderfully in hydroponics. Nice. Yep. Partaking in the basil. Totally basil. Wonder how hard it is to hydroponically grow scallions, since they're just immature onions. That would be really good. And if I forget to cultivate them, I just let them grow to be onions. Oh no! I have onions! You can do that with just a glass of water? Yeah. Yep, green onions are just onions. Hydrate and squats. That makes sense. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. Bit extra because we didn't do it on yesterday. Yep. Yeah, I don't think Vidalia onions are quite the same. But I think yellow or white onions probably white onions would be good. Okay. Oh, absolutely. I usually buy a thing of green onions once a week to add to like sandwiches and stuff. F me. Green onion. Yeah, spring onion is technically different. Oh, yeah. Spring onions have a bigger bulb, if I recall right. So think of them as the Fallon of green onions. Oh, spring onions have little bulb. Okay. Ah, alright. That's the Chinese onion. Okay. Alright. I was wrong. Mm-hmm. I see what you did there, Seth. Yeah, no, purple carrots were pretty common. Um, Orange carrots became very popular because of the King of Denmark, uh, whose family colors, I believe, were orange. Yeah, a bit of a marketing thing. King of the Netherlands, there we go. Of the House of Orange, yep. Now, are oranges named after that king? Because I know that we never had the color orange. Well, we had the color orange. We just didn't have a name for it. It was just called red. Um, until the fruit. But it would make sense that the fruit would be named after the king. Yeah, that's probably why red pandas are called red. It's definitely why red foxes are called red foxes rather than orange foxes, because they... You can find red colored foxes, but they're typically more like autumnal leaf orange. Really? The color came first? Huh. Okay. Hey! Okay, I'm guessing that must have been one of those, like, hey, little known fact, which turns out to be completely bullshit. Not named after the color, orange. Yeah, Narahara. Uh. Oh, yeah. Oh. You learn Spanish, you're gonna learn a lot of Arabic. Which, you know, is cool. Yep. Originated from India, yep. That also would make some sense. I didn't know that myself. It makes sense. Although I'm guessing it must have been traded to the Europeans, you know, when humanity was still wandering the entire planet. Because color for heron fur kind of differently in Old Norse. Red usually meant blood red, unless it was talking about fur. Otherwise, it'd be another word for any other warm color that isn't red, which is used for orange. All right. So I'm guessing that means Eric's hair was very red. Yeah, yeah. Now, again, as we've learned in the stream, I'm not particularly smart, but if I recall right, redheadedness with the Norse was because of the Scots. The stories I was told was frequently when the Norsemen went to Viking in Scotland, sometimes they would be there too long and it would be, you know, the middle of winter. And the middle of winter in North Sea was like, I'm not getting out of here. So they'd just hang around in the village. And sometimes Sven would, you know, see a cute redheaded girl, and ideally consensual, but this is the Middle Ages we're talking about. And people who, quote unquote, went to Viking. But, yeah. That or taking of thralls. That also, yeah, yeah. The thrall. God. I think of the two, I'd rather be a thrall than... did I use Viking as a verb? Yes, because Viking is a verb. It's not a noun. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, the Vikings, they love themselves some, sort of. Yeah, I'm sure it's not completely accurate. It is a noun as well. Okay. Saw the mask in the Ash Twin Project flocks. They look beautiful, although I feel like I'm being observed. Coming to know the statues will not pair until the project's success. Pair? Otherwise, imagine the experience that would be hard to endure. Ideally, they'd only need to activate once the project succeeds as a safety measure. However, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. Okay. This was one of the statues that looked at us. Ing is a suffix for the origin of a people. Okay. They will? Why is that? Anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation, enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it'd be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I haven't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. Timber Hearth. You don't hear them talking about much. Gratitude for our last shipment, Oreno. This ore should be the last we need for the Ash Twin project. Hey, Sierra, and the rest of the Ninetale system. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check? Specifically mine. My work here is complete. I'd be delighted to help. Be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening of the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to a disaster. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Remy and I will be checking the interior, then the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. I have good news, Yara! Good news! The advanced warp core is ready to be installed in the center chamber of Ash Twin. I'm intrigued, love. Everyone here is working on the Ash Twin project. Excited to see it. Pi is beside herself with joy. No, it isn't. Is everything well at the forge? Core's durability can still be improved. I need more time. More power. Watching on your phone with chat on desktop next to it. Interesting. Don't worry, love. Poke is only nervous. The core is extraordinary, and her design work is beautifully clever. Okay. You're somewhat familiar with that. Yep, we found Ash Twin. Timber Hearth. Oh yeah, no, the soundtrack to this game is damn good. Okay, we think we've been here. Yep, I went to the place and I did a thing. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we've been there too. Stumbled in here on accident? Goodness. It's like they were speedrunning. Moving the core will dismantle the Ash Twin project. Access the core while the Ash Twin project is active. You know, there's something funny and physically going on if the Nomai had to resort to spin gravity, yeah. Yeah, I think there's an achievement for beating this game in like 5 minutes or something like that. Or in one cycle. Uh-oh. I mean, I know I'm doing better than I did yesterday, but... yeah, I've got like 1.2... F it. Execution, yeah. Two endings you can get on the out ship. Messing around first at the moment. Oh, absolutely. Well, it is definitely a good game. You can't talk about... Yeah! A bit. Void Stranger. I don't think I have. Interesting. Sokoban with a huge twist. That sounds cool. Thought there was a Chivo for rafting around this place. Final Voyage and one other piece? Ah, I bet. Wait, does the sun... No, the sun does explode. Right? I mean, better. I don't have a way to get out of here. My ship is blown up. Same category as Outer Wilds and Blueprints. Interesting. The ship moving is what breaks the dam. Ah, okay. Activated the Wiki Weasel. Oh no! I have not heard it referred to as the Wiki Weasel before, but I like it. Eep. Thanks, Seth. Oh, it's definitely not a bad thing. Yeah, I eep a lot. Well, the music's done. $111, nice. So the music stopped. I have not played it. I've seen it played. It looks fascinating. Any minute now, game. Yeah, yeah. Maybe. Oh. Now, beyond the reach of the supernova, you find yourself the only inhabitant of an abandoned world. Surely something here must be edible. There's a big light in the middle. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Hollowed out chamber inside Ash Twin. Energy cables from the surface are plugged into a protective casing at the center of the planet. There are 8 monoliths with no My Mask attached. 3 of the masks are actively receiving data from the probe tracking module, Giant's Deep, and Timber Hearth, respectively. Ash Twin Project was designed to use the energy from a supernova, triggered by the Sun Station, to send probe data from orbital probe cannon 22 minutes into the past. Sun Station did not work, although Ash Twin Project was theoretically sound and Omai were unable to power it. The advanced warp core inside the protective casing at the center of the planet. Removing the warp core will disable the Ash Twin Project. The other Elk ending is one of your faves. Guessing I have to go into the guess I have to go into the what's it? Virtual reality. Okay, see, now my yaw is working. Which endings have been seen so far? Dying. Leaving the solar system. And that's it right now. after nabbing the core. Okay, that sounds about right. Variations on a theme. Well, we'll try for it. Hydrate, alright. And stretch. No, should be the right Ash Twin. Main ending and the owl simulation ending. Okay. So we'll do the simulation ending. Paradox ending. So I do not know if I'm smart enough to do a paradox. Ah. Other is near, but doesn't need you going inside. Interesting. Sure. Lab with the small black hole experiment? Yeah, I think so. Do I make a really big black hole? A black hole is a dark orifice of the universe that sucks everything in. So, Thalen's tail hole. Got it. Okay. Grab the thing. Go to the stranger. I am terrible. No, 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 no. I didn't need those faces. Empty spaces, what are we living for? Abandoned places, as we know the score. On and on, does anybody know what we are looking for? Another hero, another mindless stride behind the curtain of the pantomime. Oh, the line get any more. No. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay at best. I will take okay. Blech. Yeah, Brian May and Roger Taylor wanted to do a sequel to Bohemian Rhapsody, the film. Sure, I will definitely take a hint to catching the teleporter easier. Oh, yeah, if I stand in here rather than over there, I don't have to dodge as many cacti. That makes sense. There was a movie of Bohemian Rhapsody insofar as it was a biopic of. Put your scout in the teleport, that'll trigger it as soon as it can be, then it stays active for longer than it would have. Interesting. No, it was a biopic of the life of Freddie Mercury and the rest of the members of Queen. Which is a movie that was trying to be filmed for like decades. Yeah, no, the Scout definitely helps. Movie coming to theaters in a month I'm interested in. I mean, yeah. I kind of want to go see the Mandalorian movie. Oh, the Backrooms movie. Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny, like, I understand the mentality of most people that backrooms are, like, weird and scary and all of that. Working retail and janitorial for as long as I have, like, backrooms are just sort of like, okay, that's work. Not sure you're interested enough for a few hours in the theater. Yeah, I can totally get that. The last movie I saw in theaters was the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which really was good. Like, weirdly good. It Chapter 2, yeah. Studios learning their lesson with adaptations now? I mean, sometimes. Not really. I mean, with the D&D movie, it was good, but it didn't make a bajillion dollars, so they're like, all right, we're not going to do any more. Totally empty cinema for It Chapter 1. Yeah. But yeah, I say this as, you know, a diehard Warsian. I didn't even go to the cinema to watch Rise of Skywalker. Like, and it wasn't just the, you know, the pandemic, which was currently going on at the time. It was just, I didn't care. See, movie, yeah, it is expensive, and yeah, you got to deal with the unwashed masses, and not the poetic unwashed masses, the The literal ones. You know, the ones who could shower if they felt like it, but I don't need that much rage. This is true. I mean, okay, although girls sound, cuter. Three minutes of oxygen remaining. They can do this in 3 minutes. It's an enemy in Final Fantasy. They're big cats. I think they're also in Dungeons and Dragons and the like. Yay, I can see myself. It is indeed a wild effect. Come on. Yes, lick warp core. There we go. Did you just send me back? God, I hope I didn't. Whoomp whoomp. I was in the teleport too long, and it just sent me back. I know, fuel level critical. I don't need fuel soon. Should have turned gravity back on is what I should have done. Just a bit. Oh, probably. Yeah. Come on. It is a very pretty light show. Physics is being a butt, is what physics is. Okay. Okay. Physics has a big stinky butt. Discovered by Albert Einstein. That's what won him the Nobel Prize for butts. Absolutely. Okay. Is this thing no longer active? Well, not exactly soft blocked. Okay, wasted way too much time on that. It shouldn't have recorded anything that happened when I had the warp core in my hand. Zero stars, game. 0 stars. Probably. I think the argument is also, if you're wondering how they eat and sleep, breathe, and other science facts, just repeat to yourself it's just a game. I should really just relax. Although this game is really big on how you breathe. Not so much on like how you eat, but then again, pretty sure you're not alive long enough for that one. A little bit. I mean, the physics is damn good. Yeah, it is very small, but I'm guessing that's to allow you to actually get to places rather than die during launch, because it takes longer than 11 minutes to at least get out of Earth atmosphere. Vigima games. I mean, this game's a lot more realistic than The Outer Worlds. I am looking forward to the Outer Worlds 2. I've bought the Game of the Year, or not the Game of the Year, but the Special Edition. But I'm gonna wait until all of the DLC comes out. Outer Worlds has way more cannibalism, yeah. Don't think the Elks did. I definitely know the Herthians don't. Pretty sure the Nomai don't. Yeah. It does. That's why I'm doing both of them at the same time. Because I kept confusing both of them. Oh, thank you for dropping by. Did each dev know they were making a similar named game? Don't know. I'm not exactly sure when each of the games came out. I know Outer Worlds came out just before the pandemic, because all of the DLC came out during the pandemic. Outer Wilds, yeah, I want to say 2019, 2020 or so. Same year. Okay. Weirdly close. That must have made things better. Was 2019. And yeah, Outer Worlds was 2019. Okay. Grab the thing. Get to the ship. So, May for Wilds, October for Worlds. Yeah, that is really close together. Yeah, mid-year and end-year. Yeah, 7 years ago. Oh! This thing doesn't have enough power for the... Okay. Ship. Planetary orbits are in real time? Yes! I know, because if you knock some stuff out of whack... Slowly drift off course because of precision errors. Nice. Okay, guys, could game has better planetary simulation than Kerbal Space. Interesting. So, Alex, could we have less snappy and more smoochies? I think smoochies would be so much better. Absolutely. Planets in KSP are not physics objects. Okay. Ship hull breach detected. Yeah, you know the prisoner is all about that alien. Yes, the Nomai do have digitigrade legs from what we found with Solarin. Things are gonna get faster now. Yep. We'll not forget the lamb. Yep, Herthians do seem to be Plantigrad. Yep, everything's physics-based, so... Yeah, I mean, there's some water physics in Timberhearth, but They went all out for the stranger. Like, there's some serious fluid dynamics here. Also, Giant's Deep has lots of water. You would have, I think chairs would predominantly be like those kneeling chairs. Okay, gonna have to take another route around. Oh yeah. Okay, so the sun isn't in the... Oh! Oh! Never mind, that is the sun. Okay. That said, based off of the VR world, I would say the Elks are predominantly nocturnal. Or the moon is tidal locked, so it's always dark to them. It could be. Well, it kind of makes sense that a nocturnal species would use light to turn things on and off, because it would be, you know, something different. Come on. Thank you. Yeah. This is true. Okay. F. I thought there was... There's lanterns in this town. There it is. Night night, everybody. That's a lot more dead Alks. And the music's all muffled. Yeah. Oh, you still hear music even when you're dead. How much time has passed? They don't even bother to hunt you anymore. Time passes and passes till your life before some half-remembered dream. If only you could wake up. That's the dream ending. Is that the same as if I didn't kill myself? Oh. I'm guessing it's just a different text phrase, so I think I'm going to say I'm okay. Yay, Gartail! Hydrate, absolutely. It is a good tail. Much swooshiness. Okay, that bottle of water is empty. Pretty sure Gartales is like the 2017 DuckTales reboot, but it's just Della Duck and her two headmates on the moon. I'd watch that show. Yeah. Oh, same. Um, I think you're all gonna have to do paper, shears, stone for that one. Oh, absolutely. You know, okay. Speaking of the 2017 DuckTales reboot, like, we're all glad that they added the Capcom moon theme to the cartoon, because the Capcom moon theme is amazing. Um, who beats who? Okay. My personal stance on it. Otter. Um, Otter commands Wolf. Wolf. Uh, or Otter commands Wolf. Wolf enables Raven. Raven exacerbates Otter. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, so they brought in the Capcom Moon theme to DuckTales 2017 because, good lord, it is a beautifully done track. And then they added lyrics to it, and now I can no longer hear the moon theme without thinking, "Look to the stars, my darling baby boys." Ugh. Like, pretty much the show had no right being as good as it was. Because, I mean, it's a reboot of a 30-year-old cartoon. Um, think of the pair of pictures, Gar and Raph taking turns making each other blush. Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, they didn't have to go quite so hard on that show, but they did, and I'm thrilled. Um, if I could live in one video game universe, which game am I picking? The scout fades through the floor. If I was gonna choose one, it'd probably be one of the nicer games that I've played, like, yeah, Euro Truck Simulator. Critter Cove, yep. Capybara Spa. Well, I'm going to take it to the mothership. Absolutely. Your mama's so messed up. FF4 or FF6, like, 4 isn't too bad, but halfway through 6, the world ends. So, you could probably live a decent, quiet life in Cyberpunk. Hopefully, all that you would have to do is, like, avoid runners. Yep. So if one of these things eats the warp core... I mean, yeah. Well, 11's an MMO, but it's finished, so it's not the worst idea. Yeah, like, if you live elsewhere than, you know, Los Angeles, you'd probably be doing okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't think there is anything resembling safe in this game. Yeah, Adam Hart Mother. No. First symbol wasn't right? Ah. No, damn it. Gonna move the mouse. Well, that looks promising. Yay, our flashlight! I'm sure it'll save us. Yeah. V'ger, is this you? Absolutely. Carnally. Yeah, they seem pretty similar. Trees detected. Well, that's good. Two and a half times gravity, goodness. Yeah. Perfect little spheroids pulled out of here. Can we make the jump? Ha-ha! Yeah. Straight into the black hole. Dallin is informing me, that's what Shay said. Oh! Very 2001. Hello. Oh, no gravitational thingy there. All life forms will perish in the oncoming death of the universe. We will miss the anglerfish the least. Damn right. End of lifespan, our sun collapsed under its own gravity and exploded in a violent supernova. Yeah, F the anglerfish. The Nomai who came to our solar system were following a signal from the eye of the universe. They perished when the interloper arrived, bringing with it the deadly substance we call ghost matter that flooded the entire solar system almost instantly and without warning. Radio tower on Timberhearth was built to receive transmission from our deep space satellite. Has some of the last ever photos taken of the entire solar system. One of these photos revealed the existence of an invisible ring that world inhabited by a species whose presence in our solar system predated even the Nomai. Huh! Species traveled from a nearby star system in search for the eye of the universe, but horrified for what they discovered, decided to block the eye's signal so no one else would ever find it. One individual, however, rebelled against the decision when it was able to briefly release the eye's signal back into space before being caught and imprisoned in solitude for his betrayal. Outer Wilds Ventures was founded by Feldspar, Gossin, Slate, and Hornfels to explore our solar system at the end of the universe. Yeah, we really did start late. Nomai never got to see it for themselves. Thanks to their efforts and technology, Earthian was able to reach the eye of the universe. Hooray! Yeah. Observe. Oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Light landing, light landing. Eep. Did not mean to destroy that galaxy. Thought I heard banjos. Oh god. No, I'm not gonna make a reference to that movie. Yeah, I imagine the time limit's not big of an issue here. Oh. Aha! Unidentified signal nearby. Oh. I mean, that would make sense. Like, since time can be affected by gravity. Well, smoke them if you got them. True. Oh! Hi? Do you hear music? Oh, no problem. Hope you have a good sleep. And thanks for dropping by, Ninetales, and all y'all. Sierra, Quirrell, et al. I see the banjo in there. Go to the place and do the thing. Poke the last thing with a scout, you're never getting that scout back. Got it. Player character actually alive? That is a good question. And eep. Have a great evening. Aha! Part of the building is destroyed. This is one of those quantum things, isn't it? Hello, face of the game. It's not quite time yet. Pretty sure we have the others in the next part. We need, you know, everyone. No rush. Take your time. Might not even exist here. Hydrate. Absolutely. And arm curls. Got it. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 8, 2, 9, 2, 10, 2, 13, 2, 8. 14 and 2, 15 and 2, and 16 and 2, and 17 and 2, and 18 and 2, and 19 and 2, and 20 and 2, and 21 and 2, 3 and 2, 24 and 2, 25, and 2, 27 and 2, 28 and 9 and 2, 30 and 2. All the friends we've made in the way. Yay! Uh... Well, this is ominous. Okay, the Nomai and their ship. Well, their scout ships. Bunch of us. And the Elks. Of course you love the spooky birds. Hey, prisoner, how you doing? When my kind found the eye and realized what it was capable of, they were terrified. It was too difficult a truth, like a light too bright to look upon directly. It burned them. What they could not unlearn was hidden away in darkness, obfuscated, then lost. They do not want to see their story end. My kind weren't always like this. We weren't always so afraid. I did what I could to set things right. Yet I am still of my kind. And you know now what they did. I cannot promise our fear won't stain your mind. And so as a choice, are you certain you want to remember me? Join us. Let's see what happens. I don't wish to repeat my kind's mistake, but if you're willing to take the risk, then so am I. A fire. What a warm and beautiful light it makes. Go and find the others. What comes next cannot be done alone. Ah! F that. Quiet shade. Cross old bark. Yeah. In the ancient glade. It's always dark. Yeah. Up. Hi. Yeah, it's a bit of THXy. Oh, hi. Hypothesis. Everyone must be here before we can begin. Once they arrive, I believe we'll be ready for the next step. I'm glad you remembered me. Oh, it's a telescope. Oh, no problem there, Travis. Okay, I am... Okay. Ba 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 ba. On a large telescope, looking at the red stars of light, you can use your signal scope and zoom in on a floating drum. Oh. I don't physically gather it. What do you say? Should I get out the old harmonica? Not yet. You got a hatchling. When you're ready, just say the word. Not yet. No rush. I'm not going anywhere. Conscious observers enter the eye. Wonder what'll happen now. Time to find out? Not yet. Now we'll wait until you're ready to know the answer. Shall I begin? Not yet. Take your time. I don't think there's anything left to go supernova. I hadn't dared hope anyone would hear the signal, how briefly I set it free, yet here we are. Ready for the final step? Not yet. Waited this moment for a long time. For so long, it's no trouble to wait a little longer. Can't wait to play with the whole group again. Can I start? Yep. Okay, I won't let you down. Yep. It's time. Let us send our spark out to the darkness. You got it. Do my best. Well then, here I go. What do you say time, buddy? Ready to start the music? Yep. Hey, this should be cool. Get out the whole harmonica? Yep. Here goes nothing. Time to find out? Yes. The song is new to me, but I am honored to be part of it. Aww. Oh, wow. There's something in there. I believe we've reached the end of our journey. All that remains is to collapse the innumerable possibilities before us. Ready to learn what happens next? Not yet. Time to linger in this moment with every possibility that exists. But unless they are collapsed by an observer, they'll never be more than possibilities. Tell you what, this has been really fun, and I got to make everything something pretty cool, so I got no complaints. I mean, not me exactly, but close enough. It's the kind of thing that makes you glad you stopped and smelled the pine trees along the way, you know? Got a little close, didn't you think? Well, it worked out for you in the end, I suppose. I hope there are beasties in the next one. Wow, how long has it been since I got to make music with everyone around a campfire? Really happy we're all here. Learned a lot by the end of everything. Past is the past, but now that's, that's okay. Never really gone completely. Future's always built on the past, even if we won't get to see it. Still, it's time for something new now. Even if it's over, I had a good time learning, but I think the rules are about to change. Yeah? How beautiful. It's different than I ever envisioned. Whatever happens next, I do not think it is to be feared. Hooray. Eep. Ah! Gotta crack visualization. It is indeed a Big Bang. It is indeed a new universe. Oh! Alright! So that's the official ending. Oh, of course I'm going to let it play out. Well, I can definitely see why this is one of those games people really, really like. It definitely itches that the feeling that Myst had when I was like 10. Oh yeah, no, the ending definitely feels good. It's nice you get to see all your buddies before, you know, everything blows up. Oh yeah, the exploring and finding secrets and all that fun stuff. Andrew Pralo, who's uploaded the whole soundtrack on YouTube, which is my pre-roll music. But yeah, this one is really good. Yeah. And knowing that definitely the Elks are all gone. I want to say the Nomai are probably still out there. Although I'm not sure at the end of this, because we made a big bang, so everybody's dead, and we went back to the beginning of time. Buttons, Goodwin, Jesse, and Sarah. Interesting. Yeah. Which... yeah, the universe collapsing on itself and restarting does seem to be what many physicists feel is going to happen with our universe, that it's cyclical. You know, everything expands from the Big Bang until it stops, and then gravity starts pulling everything back towards itself. And once all protons and neutrons and electrons get compressed together, that's going to cause another giant nuclear explosion, sending everything out once again. All fonts provided by Monotype under license. All rights reserved. Stated our universe is heat death fated. Yes. But that's part of the that's part of the collapse. Because once you get rid of all of that energy, well, I mean, none of us will be around for it, so I'll be optimistic. Yep, you can't destroy energy, so once you get enough, you know, atoms rubbing up against each other, creating friction, which creates energy. Better than false vacuum decay? Yeah. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I've done other Annapurna games. I'm guessing it's mostly just a publisher rather than a, yeah, like Mobius Digital, I think, is the actual studio that made the game, and Annapurna, yeah, Donut County was another one. As a movie maker, 14.3 billion years later. Do we get Star Baby? Giant fetus in the sky? No. But it looks like the Timber Hearth solar system's not doing too terrible. And we have a Tarish insectoid thing coming up. Oh! An Alkener back. Huh! Or probably a species that evolved from one of the, bacteria that was aboard the Stranger. Fascinating. Oh. So that was like the idea the species carried on more than they did themselves. Yeah. Auk, Nomai, and Hearthians are back in the same system. Yeah. Or at least their biological descendants. So it's 7:21 now. Okay. That was the main ending. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be looking for any of the other ones. I'm glad I found the ones that I did. But, yeah. Anyway. Main ending is hard. Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to... yeah. Been doing this 3.5 hours. Okay. Do I want to continue? Would people want me to continue? Yeah, so I think... yeah, I think I'll probably end it here. So... next Sunday, I'll be starting, Final Fantasy III. And I think... yeah, I think next Saturday I'm going to start a game that I know absolutely nothing about. I think it is a puzzle game. But one gifted to me from Tail Noms. In Stars and Time, a lot of people, I've seen some people talk about it. I haven't looked too much into it because I feel like Outer Wilds, it's probably a game that I will enjoy more walking in blind. Um, so, yeah. Anywho, let's see who's out and about. See, H.C. Bailey is playing Skies of Arcadia. And we've got Reki. Yeah. Take care, Bahamut, and hope everyone's having a good one. I think we'll probably send over to H.C. Bailey. Anyway, thanks all for dropping by, and yeah, have a great one.